Harry has remained silent after a filmed version of the Broadway musical, Diana. The musical landed on the streaming platform Netflix last week. The Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden told Palace Confidential that Harry is a bit embarrassed after he signed a megawatt deal with the company. He also suggested that the bosses of Netflix are horrified by claims that the Duke only took the deal because he was desperate for money. The Diana musical, which tells the story of Harry's late mother's dazzling and devastating life, arrived on Netflix, the same company who signed up the Sussexes to a $100 million deal. Mr. Eden explained, "I think there is a fat chance of Harry and Meghan giving up their very lucrative Netflix deal. It was a Faustian pact." When Harry was interviewed by James Corden, he defended The Crown, which is also made by Netflix. "It was kind of excruciating because you're wondering why he is doing that? It felt like he was justifying it to himself maybe." In the interview with James Corden earlier this year, Harry told him, "I'm way more comfortable with The Crown than I am seeing the stories written about my family, or my wife or myself. Because it's the difference between fiction, take it how you will, and being reported on as fact because you're supposedly news. I have a real issue with that." Mr. Eden continued, "The thing is, he's got no control, he's just signed a deal with a huge streaming giant and they can do what they like. And there'll be more examples of this, I'm sure, where there'll be programs that he wouldn't approve of, and they don't need to get his approval. So it puts him in an awkward position and I think he is a bit embarrassed about that. We saw that in the Oprah interview where he said we did these deals because we were desperate for money, which would have horrified the executives at Netflix I think. Because you want to sign people who are really keen to make programs, and not doing it for just a quick bit of cash." Mail on Sunday's assistant editor Kate Mansi echoed this, saying the couple are in a bit of a bind because of their deal. She added that The Crown is much more damaging than the Diana musical. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams insisted the British public were not missing anything by the musical not coming to the West End. He added it was another attempt to cash in on Princess Diana's memory. Besides, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are keen to avoid attracting public curiosity to any failures, as they hope to establish a long-lasting career as public figures in California. A royal expert told that if their upcoming Netflix and Spotify deals fail to be successful, the narrative of their careers could become that of a fallen prince and his Hollywood wife. The couple signed a multi-million-pound deal with the two streaming giants in September 2020. Royal expert Jonathan Sacerdoti told, "I think that if they're not successful with what they're doing now, they may just fade into a certain amount of obscurity. There'll always be a little bit of interest in them. I mean, even if that happens, there will be some curiosity in the years to come along the lines of those articles you see whatever happened to. I think people will always look out for what they're doing in life. In fact, if they fail in some people's estimations, it will be that case that people are interested in them because of that failure. The story will become that of a fallen prince and his Hollywood wife and how things went wrong for them. I don't think that's what they want obviously." Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced in January 2020 that they would be stepping down from the royal family. As part of their Megxit deal, the couple lost their royal patronages, military titles, security and had to secure their financial independence from the sovereign grant. Shortly after completing their final royal engagements in March of last year, they relocated to the Montecito area of California, where they have settled with their two young children. During their tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey, Prince Harry said they had signed deals with Netflix and Spotify as a financial means to provide for their family, after being cut off from the royal family. The deals are estimated to be worth over £100 million and will see the couple produce a range of informative and uplifting content for the streaming networks. With Spotify, the couple are yet to produce a podcast series and have only released one holiday special episode which was made available last Christmas. In recent months, they have announced their first two projects with Netflix, which are due to be aired in 2022. Prince Harry is producing and starring in the docuseries Heart of Invictus, which will follow the organizers and competitors of the 2022 Invictus Games. After a 2-year delay, the Games are due to take place in the Netherlands next year. Meanwhile, Meghan has announced that she will be executive producing a children's animated series called Pearl. The series will follow a 12-year-old girl on a number of heroic adventures as she interacts with influential women throughout history. As well as their Netflix and Spotify deals, the couple have also established their own non-profit foundation, Archie. Over the last year, they have dedicated their humanitarian work to focus on core issues such as mental health, gender equality, and climate change. Through their work with Archie, the couple visited New York in September, to spend 3 days meeting with high-ranking officials and organizations. Engagements included a photo call with the mayor of New York, a roundtable discussion with the World Health Organization, a visit to the United Nations, and an appearance at the Global Citizen Live concert. The couple recently graced the front cover of Time magazine, after being named as two of the most influential figures in the world in the Time 100 list.